I'm here this evening with Jenna Hansen from Sioux City North. Made the podium this year at 145, got fifth place. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
You told me that you had a long day playing softball in Des Moines. So how did softball go
Yes.
today? How'd softball go?
It went okay. I feel like we're playing really good as a team, especially because we haven't played in so long. We haven't played since October because wrestling season, of course, and we're finally getting back to it. But I feel like we just have a little things to fix, and then we'll be okay.
Very good. Softball's a great sport. Typically, I might have started this a little bit farther down the road, but let's talk about extra things that you like to do. How long have you played softball?
Since I was 4, I played t-ball.
T-ball. And what position do you play?
Um, I play infield, mostly third or short.
Okay. So you third base is tough. That ball's coming at you pretty fast. I was a second
Yes.
baseman and a catcher, so I never really got the ball hit at me like quite like that. Do you have a really cool friend right next to you right now? Look
My
off to the
dog,
side there. What's your dog's name?
his name's Bronx.
Bronx. Is that
Yeah.
the big old black lab?
Yep.
He looks like he's your bud. That's awesome. So you play travel ball as well as for Sioux City then also.
Yeah.
And then what other sports do you play?
I've also played soccer.
Soccer. And what do you play on soccer? You more offensive, defensive?
I'm actually in the middle. I usually play a middle attacker, and it's like I still have to drop back to help my defense, but I also go up and help my attackers.
Yeah, soccer was never my thing. It was introduced. God, I was in elementary school when soccer got kind of introduced. I'm from Denison originally,
Mm.
and I didn't understand the sport. And they put me back. What's the next one up from the goalie? And it was just boring, And
Defense, yeah.
little kids soccer is not good anyway because they just that group of people follow the ball around. And I never got into soccer, but I know it's a great sport. Really good at for exercise and stuff like that. But now let's switch to wrestling. When
Okay.
did you start wrestling?
I started wrestling in the 8th grade.
Why did you say in eighth grade, I think I want to be a wrestler?
A lot of my friends were joining at the time, so I wanted to give it a try.
Okay. And from stepping on the mat and not really knowing anything about wrestling, what surprised you the most about the sport?
Probably like as much people like going out for it. Like my 8th grade year, there was like a little bit of girls, but especially my freshman year, there was like a lot more girls. Like the sport is really growing.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely has. When did it become something you're trying to something, man, I really like this sport and I think I could be good at it.
Probably my freshman year is when like especially when I started like winning a lot more and realizing like this is something like I could really like be good at and like devote my time to.
Okay. And so this is you just came off your sophomore year, correct?
Yes.
So how did you do your freshman year?
My freshman year, I was like pretty even in my record. I don't remember what it was exactly, but then my regionals, I was a regional champ, and then I
Oh,
went to
very good.
state. Yeah, and then I lost out at state.
But still qualifying as a freshman, only being out for just that short amount of time. How have you gone from being basically just starting a couple years into wrestling, really for the most part, isn't that long. But what are some of the things that you do? What are some of the things that your team does that has helped you progress so quickly?
We usually do like conditioning like in the off season and like lifting to like help us like get better. And we do like summer open mats to just like keep like prevent like getting better technique.
Yeah, so weight room. Do you think that's probably one of the biggest things?
I do. Yes, I do.
I think so too. That's one of the things. Sometimes that question backfires on me, because sometimes people don't. I think, wow, they look really, well, tough, and then they don't lift at all. But no, I've noticed a lot of progress in the Sioux City North team. I've been around a long time. Molly Seck, good friend of mine. I've known
Yeah.
Molly forever, and that big face of the Sioux City North team. But at the time when she was wrestling, there really wasn't a team. It was
Yeah.
more Molly and a couple other people. But now you guys' team has really progressed, and you've made huge strides. So it's cool for me to sit and watch as you guys get better and doing it in a short amount of time. So weight room's probably big. And you're not going, are you do you do any club practices at all or just Sioux City North open mats?
Just Sioux City North open mats.
Yep. There's not a lot of clubs in our area, honestly.
Yeah,
So,
just
but
SWA.
yeah, so they're doing a great job. Um, as far as your team, what would you say is like, what do you think the environment around your team is? What's the culture of your team?
I think we've really created a family, especially this year, by like us just like working together and like getting closer and like talking in a group chat is like what's really helped us like become closer as a team.
Can you think of maybe a meet or a duel or a tournament or something that really brought your team together as a group, as a family?
Logan Magnolia, we
Okay.
became like the champs of the tournament like as a team and we got a belt and I think that like really was like okay, like we're actually doing really good and just like help boost like our team especially.
Because I've already talked to Cameron tonight, and since we're going to have a Sioux City thing, I want to ask you about when you have duels with other Sioux City schools. She talked about how much fun it is to duel West every year.
Yes. That's
What
a
what's
big
it
one.
like? Because I mean, you guys are you're three schools within the same city.
Yeah.
I'm sure most of you know each other outside of school anyway. Everybody knows everybody anyway. But what's it like to duel against one of the Sioux City schools?
It's really like fun and exciting. Like everybody's up and cheering, and it's just like, oh, like we win, we're all just like up and like supporting each other, especially because like they're like our rivals, like West especially, and it's like really fun just to go against them and like see like everybody cheering and yelling.
Very good. That is really fun. Let's talk about your season. Man, good year. Almost 40 wins. That's crazy. That's an awesome year. Uh, let alone getting to the state tournament anymore is not an easy task. And you
Yeah.
had to go through some pretty tough people, but then to place at the state tournament got fifth. Um, what do you how do you think you got there?
I think just like all my off-season work, like losing out at state as a freshman, like really like when it made me want to push myself harder to be able to place at state my sophomore year.
And I know we talked a little bit earlier before starting. There was a point in time throughout this year that you kind of felt like you lost confidence in yourself.
Yes.
How did you get that back?
Talking to my coaches, I feel like my coach is just like letting me know like just because one I have one bad practice doesn't mean I'm gonna have a whole week of bad practices and that it'll be okay. Like just keep like pushing hard.
Gotcha. Was there anything in particular that they say to you that's like, man, that's going to stick with me a long time? And maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just overall, but is there something that
Probably
Coach
just
K
like
says?
wash it, like forget about it and like move on and like become better.
I
Just like
like
keep
that. That's
improving, yeah.
yeah, I like that. That's a really good. It's definitely a good way to look at that. Um, so confidence, very important, right? In wrestling. If we don't believe in
Yes.
ourselves, it's pretty tough to win matches, right?
Yes.
How have you been able to build your confidence in such a short period of time?
I feel like just wrestling to my best ability. Like me constantly winning and only having one loss until state really like helps me like, oh, like I'm wrestling really good right now, so I'm just gonna go out there and do my thing.
You have a tough match, right? We'll even talk about state. You have a tough match at state. Those are really hard losses because your goal maybe has to be changed. How do you come back after a tough loss like that?
I feel like regrouping like myself. Like just like it's a big mental game, especially so just like sitting down and like it's okay, like I just have to go get my next match.
Very good. That's a good attitude to have because there's not much you can do about the one you just lost, right? So you gotta turn around
Yeah.
and get that next one. Um, we've kind of talked about the team sport, but how about you? I mean, we've talked about soccer and softball, but if you didn't have sports, if sports were not an option, right? Can you think of something else that you'd like to maybe focus your energy onto?
I feel like if I didn't do sports, I would try like play production and like doing I thought that was always something cool like Hamilton. I don't know if you've ever like
I,
seen that,
I
but
you like plays. You go to the high school plays?
Yeah, usually I do. I didn't get to go to the most recent one. We had a play called Bring It On, like the musical, but I heard it was really good.
Was it like kind of this cheerleading story thing?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That might have been kind of fun to actually go watch. Is that one of your favorite? What's your favorite movie? How about there? We'll go there.
My favorite movie is Grown Ups with Adam
Oh my
Sandler.
God. The first one, right?
Yes, the first
Because
one.
the second one's horrible. Am I correct on this? The
Yeah, the
second
first
one
one's
is just
always better than the second one. And the
oh that
second one's
was
just like mediocre. Like
oh my God, I thought it was such forced comedy. I couldn't do, and I love Sandler, man, and I loved Grown Ups, but Grown Ups 2 is probably the worst movie I've ever watched. I've only walked out on one movie in my life, and if I would have gone to the theater to see that, it probably would have been two. The other one was Harry and the Hendersons. If you've ever seen it, your mom and dad probably have because they're a little older, but it was horrible too. One of my favorite things to talk about is food. All right.
okay.
After weigh-ins, what's your go-to thing after weigh-ins?
A Hawaiian roll sandwich with like just like meat and mayo.
That is honestly one of you're good. Where'd you learn that Hawaiian roll from?
Well, I know Cameron does like just has one singular and with nothing on it, but our coach usually brings them and it's like something quick and like easy to
Yep.
digest.
Yeah, it's got the right blend. It's a little quick energy with yeah. It's Hawaiian rolls are great. That was definitely a good choice. How much water are you drinking? Are you being a good girl and staying hydrated during season?
Yes, I am. I feel like it's very important, especially like getting like a liquid IV in with like cutting a bunch of weight. Like it's very important to like stay hydrated.
Do you do much weight cutting, or you try to maintain more? Or
I
how's the
ch
weight cut for you?
I try to maintain, but the food does call my name sometimes.
So what's that food that's calling? Because I get it. I understand this completely. What's that guilty pleasure food that you absolutely love?
My mom makes cookies and like she'll make like a big batch and it'll sit on the counter. And I remember one time I came home from practice and I was like, it was like I think it was a day before me and I was like gonna like not eat anything tonight, so I'm like good for tomorrow. And she had these cookies laid out on the table and I wanted one so bad.
What's your favorite cookie?
Probably like with white chocolate chips. I don't know. I guess that's just I don't know if it has a name.
Kind of like a chocolate chip cookie, but with the white chocolate.
White chocolate chips, yeah.
Gotcha. I am weird. I like chocolate chip cookies without the chocolate chips. Does that make any sense at all? I love the
I get
dough
what
of a
you're
chocolate
saying. Yeah.
cookie, especially like the soft one. I'm kind of a sugar cookie person, but not a very frosting kind of person.
Me
So I'm
either.
I'm
Frosting's
odd.
just
Yeah, I can just so cake. If you're eating cake, is it a corner piece or a centerpiece?
center all the way.
All right, we can hang out all day long. We can eat cookies and centerpieces of cake. So yeah, you can be part of my people. Sioux City's got a lot of good food. I love going, and anytime we go shopping in Sioux City, we like to go eat there. My brother's in Sloan, so sometimes we'll meet each other in Sioux City. I got a good friend from over in the Hinton area that we meet and eat. Where's your favorite place in town to go out?
Probably Chili's.
Chili's? So
Yeah.
what's your favorite thing to have at Chili's?
I get a triple dipper.
What's triple dipper? Got to tell me because I haven't been to
It's
Chili's for a
like
while.
you can like choose like options. You choose like three, and I get chicken strips and mozzarella sticks. It's like a big mozzarella stick, like this
Oh,
big, and
gotcha.
like cheese pull. Yeah.
Gotcha. Any other place you ever hit down? Is it Marta's? Is it Marta's Pizza downtown? No, down in the downtown area.
Martos.
Marta's.
I've
Yeah,
never been there, but I've heard it's good.
I've been there a couple times. I was gonna see if maybe you had a favorite pizza. Do you eat pizza much?
Yeah, not like a lot, but I eat it like enough amount, I guess.
So, what would if you could get any pizza? Because here's another thing that
Yeah.
sometimes blows my mind on what people actually like. What pizza would you get?
Pineapple pepperoni.
Oh my God, you'd see we should hang out sometime because that's exactly my kids and my grandkids all pineapple pepperoni. That's so pineapple does belong on pizza.
Yes, it does.
All right, if you could go anywhere in the world on vacation, where would you go?
Mm, can it be somewhere I've already been?
It
or
can.
no?
I don't, wherever you want to go. It's your
I
vacation.
really I really like the Bahamas.
Ooh,
Like it's really pretty there.
yeah, Caribbean, blue water, clear water,
Yeah.
white beaches, all that good stuff. So you're a beach person?
Yes, I am.
Yes. I've definitely found through these interviews that you're either a beach person or a mountain person. A lot of people recently have been talking about Europe a lot. I don't have any desire to go to Europe, but I could do Bahamas. So yeah, we can definitely hang out. I definitely think that's a possibility. Going into your junior year, I know it's probably a little ways off, but have you thought about wrestling in college or maybe even playing soccer or softball?
I feel like how much I've like improved in wrestling. I feel like it's definitely something that I would like to do in college. But like playing soccer and playing softball is also like an option.
Gotcha. What do you have any idea what if you had to pick a major today, what you wanted to be? You have any
I'd
idea
go
yet?
yeah, I'd go into nursing.
Nursing. Nice.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of options. Iowa has so many options for wrestling, just sports in general, between small schools, bigger schools. Um, yeah, nursing would be an easy one to do there. How far away from home do you want to get?
Like 4 hours maybe.
So you're willing to get away from home
Yes.
far enough for sure that they have to call before coming and showing up.
Yeah.
But when you get farther away, you can't get your laundry done real easily too. I learned this myself. So no, that's no there. I'm sure if anybody if you want to go play sports in college, there's tons of options throughout the state of Iowa, and I'm sure you'd have no problem finding one of those. And actually, to tell you the truth, there's quite a few coaches that listen to this and get some stuff. So you might start seeing some people ask you here in the next year. They might have to wait till your junior year before they can even ask, though,
Yeah.
as part of that. But um, one of the hardest things that we got to do is on this whole interview is, and you're helping me out because I put these on YouTube and Spotify, and there's got to be there doesn't have to be, but I need to have a thumbnail, and every
Yeah.
good thumbnail has a good tagline. So we got to come up with a tagline that talks about your story in wrestling. What can you have any idea what would maybe be helpful?
Um I feel like something about like keep improving because that's
Okay.
something I've always focused on is like always to improve. Like no matter like how many losses or how many wins, you just want to keep getting better.
I think I can make that work. We'll come up with something in there. But I like that. That definitely is a good way to go. When you get really old and gray, you're on your porch and you're yelling at kids to get off your lawn, and you can barely get around anymore. But you're talking to your grandkids and you're telling them how much of just a tough wrestler you were, and they're like, "Graham, I don't believe you." What are you gonna remember the most about wrestling in high school?
Probably like the environment. I feel like it's such a good environment, especially like the sport's growing so much and like how many girls have like joined in like the past year because of how much it's been growing. So I feel like I would talk about that.
So, been at the state tournament. Great tournament to be at. What is really fun about being in that environment compared to our meets during the year, which a
Yeah.
lot of them are fun and do get loud. But what's it like to be at that girls' state tournament?
It's very nerve-wracking. Like I was very nervous going in there, especially because like last year I lost out and I've worked all season to like get to where I was, and that many people are like watching all the mats is like very nervous,
Nervous, but it's
stressful.
loud and it's fun though, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is definitely a good time. So those girls that are watching you right now, those seventh and eighth grade girls that are maybe seeing you, start as an eighth grader, compete, get fifth at state as a sophomore. What are you hoping that those younger girls are going to take from your story?
To want to keep getting better because I know it's definitely like a mental sport, but to like after a loss to like regroup and still like love the sport for what it is instead of like losing love for the sport and not wanting to do it anymore.
What do you think wrestling has taught you?
It's taught me to like cut the losses. Like just forget about it and move on.
Very
Because I feel
good.
like I've thought about my freshman year a lot, especially like because I lost out, and now like even at my sophomore year, I placed fifth. But just like forget about it and kind of like push forward.
So you made big strides every year. Obviously, eighth grade year, you just get started, right? Then you go to state. Although you lost, that's it is what it is. But sophomore, you get fifth. What's the goal for next year?
I want to be a state champ.
All right, I like it. Um, though there's some girls that are probably in a seventh, eighth graders thinking, gosh, should I even go out for this sport? What would you tell them? What would you tell them about going out for wrestling?
I would say go out. It's really fun. It's something that's still growing, so even if like you're just starting, you can definitely like continue to like get better.
Yeah, and obviously you guys, your whole team has gotten better, but to go from just starting in eighth grade to placing fifth at, as a sophomore is amazing. What do you think it means to wrestle like a girl?
This might be the hardest question. I feel like it means like to be like a part of something big, because like it's the movement like of how big it's gotten in like such little years. I feel like you're a part of like something big, and like boys wrestling has always been big, and like so yeah.
Yeah. No, you guys, from your eighth grade year, would that have been, no, that wasn't the year before, it's sanctioned in your seventh grade year. So
Yeah.
if you look back at numbers, I'm going to go even farther back. So when I first started this, the first girl I coached, her freshman year, IA wrestle tracked all the girls wrestling that year, and we would have to send in our matches and stuff. 22 girls was all that IA wrestle was tracking. That was 11
Dang.
years ago. 22 girls. And it progressed, and it would be 100 the next year, and this and that. The first IWCOA tournament, which is before it sanctioned, was in Waverly. 90 girls. It snowed that day, so about 90 showed up. I think the next year, 300 and some showed up. Then it got to where, we were right before sanctioning, right around 1,000 girls. You guys had 3,600 girls do the body comp test this year, and so it's grown that much in just that short period of time, like tripled, almost quadrupled in just the time that you started wrestling. So it's important, and girls like yourself that are having success, but then also able to look back and tell other girls, hey, it's fun. It's really helped. So be proud of yourself. You've accomplished a lot. I've really had a good time getting to know you. Obviously, we're in the same area. Hadn't had I hadn't talked to you yet, but now I have. So next year, and we might even have a duel next year. Sounds like our ADs are working on it because Coach Case and I had sent messages to our ADs. We'd like to see it. I think there's going to be some openings. So next year I see you, we're going to share some cookies and a centerpiece of cake. But the last thing I got for you, final thought for the day. This can be anything you'd like to talk about, um, probably wrestling related, but anything you'd like to let everybody know.
Stay close with your wrestling friends. I mean, it's a family as it is, but stay close because then you can have friends for life.
Awesome. Very much. Thank you very much for coming on and doing this. Hopefully we'll see you sometime, maybe even this spring, because I know you guys are doing a freestyle tournament and I might try to make it over
Yes.
for that. So, but thank you very much, and I will see you later.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.